Director Cook, my name is Mark Van Wyk. This question, we understand that there's been discussion about limiting the number of harvests per year to 4, possibly 5. We have concern that that is going to put weight and plant count restrictions far above what federal guidelines are going to put us in for high-level felonies. And with some jurisdictions, El Paso County, 4th Judicial District primarily, looking at things as this is not a bar from prosecution but an affirmative defense. Can you address that a little bit on where you think that's going to go and how you're going to handle local law enforcement and local district attorneys?
Yeah, I'm happy to. I've heard magical numbers, 99 plants, don't have more than 99 plants to hold on yards. I've met with the DEA on a few occasions. I wanted to find out where they stand on this issue, and it's critical that I know where they stand on this issue. And I actually met with 3 ASACs and their lawyer, Dan and I both did. And they ultimately said that they would follow Ogden's letter and that they would not target marijuana businesses in Colorado if they could substantially comply with state law. That's a huge plus for this industry in Colorado. Now, they didn't say anything about a 99 plant count. They didn't say anything about any of that. And what you're really talking about, the number of grows per year, those kind of things, I need to reconcile in my mind how we comply with the 6 plant, 2 ounce limitation per patient within a center. And candidly, this is the expertise that I need from the industry, and I'm hoping they'll chime in. Now, I've been out, I've been to grows, I've been to centers, I've had a lot of conversations, very useful, very informative conversations with many of you in this room. And every one of those conversations I have, I learn something new. And I appreciate your willingness to bring these issues to the table and talk candidly about them. But one of the things that was discussed was really this dilemma. How do we deal with this 6 plant count? How do we deal with the 2 ounces per patient? More importantly, how does the 70-30 split fit into this ultimately when we promulgate a rule? And what was proposed by one of the members of the industry was to consider that 30% timeline-wise on an annual basis, and not allow perpetual grow, do your 14 weeks, whatever it is, your 4 or 5 grow cycles a year, but give you an additional grow, an additional 30% that you can acquire from centers if one of your grows goes down. You'll have the ability to have enough medicine to keep you afloat until you can move forward with your growth. It's only talk. And I got to tell you, I could get as creative as probably many in this room, and I don't mind doing that if the law allows me to do it. And I'm hopeful that I can continue to have those kinds of discussions with people without it becoming the law of the land, because it's far from that. This process, I mean, we'll go through a number of gyrations. We have many months of work ahead of us to deal with it. That kind of an issue itself, I suspect, is probably a 2-month issue. I mean, it's very technical. Now, the other reality is are all the people on that work group going to agree with what's said? Probably not. But the other reality is if it goes to court, I'm the one that has to defend it. I'm the one that has to pay for it. I'm the one that's actually on the hook for it. So using the common sense and the wisdom of that group collectively, I will probably have to be put in a position where I make a recommendation to the state licensing authority for the promulgation of a law, a rule. All right? And that rule, once it's promulgated, will become the law of the land. But there's many creative suggestions out there. That just happens to be one of them. And I welcome that kind of dialogue because I learn more about the industry and the creativity that really is in this industry.